Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to the Goodbye Goodison live stream. We've got a big stream planned up here. Of course, we're going to have the Goodison Park farewell on in the background as well. But yeah, get straight into things. The Southampton game was really good. The atmosphere was fantastic, as to be expected. Really, I don't think anyone expected anything different, if we're going to be honest. But I think it was nice to be able to end our time at Goodison with something really fantastic, a really good performance from Milliman and Dye. Good performances across the pitch. There are a few outliers, but I don't really want to harp on the negative today. I think we were really good, and it was nice to end on a win. Of course, I think there were a lot of jokes going around about us possibly, losing to Southampton if they hadn't have drawn with Man City, because you know what our looks like. But we came out 2-0 winners, 2 goals from Milliman and Dye. Probably could have been 3 or 4 if we're being completely honest. But it's a big stream. We're going to talk about all things Goodison Sport. Goodison Sport. I just read the Ding Dong Sports comment, so it's caught me off guard. But we're going to talk about all things Goodison, all things Everton, go over some memories. And yeah, but we'll talk about the game first, because it's just happened. When we were going into the game, I think I've been confident for a while now. I think ever since Southampton got that draw against City and beat Derby's points total, I felt almost certain we were going to win the game. And there was just something about it going into it. I don't know if anyone here feels the same, but I thought going into the game, though, it just felt like there was no way we were going to lose. I don't know. Which is weird because even when we've been on good runs this season, I don't think it's really ever felt that way. But yeah, it really felt like we weren't going to lose the game, and it just felt like we were in control for a large majority of it until towards the end of the second half, where Southampton found their feet a little bit and started to get their way into the game, where I did get a little bit worried that they may grab a goal. But yeah, the lineup was what I expected, to be honest. It was nice to see Seamus Coleman given the armband. Unfortunate that he had to go off after 20 minutes. But it's one of those things when you get to that age in football, your body just starts to, not want to work in your favour. So it's one of those things where it's unfortunate, but I'm glad he did get to start and captain the team out for the last game at Goodison. I don't think it could have been anyone else. I think he was the perfect choice. A fantastic servant for the club, fantastic leader, biggest bargain in Premier League history. I'm glad to see that he was the one to lead us onto the pitch as captain, and at least even if it was just, I think it was 17, 18 minutes in the long run, get that time as the captain at the final game at Goodison. And then, first half, really good. I think Ilman and I absolutely dominated Southampton. No surprise, really got both goals in the first half. And yeah, it was just one of those where it should have been more. If Beto learned to be onside, it would have probably been more. But yeah, overall, it was a fantastic experience. It was a fantastic performance in that first half. Absolutely dominated in every aspect of the game, really. I don't think Southampton ever really looked like scoring or even getting a foothold in the game. It just felt like, especially at the start, it felt like the energy was there. The desire to get that goal, to be the team to lead off was there. And I think it's just one where they didn't really stand a chance. I think it's as simple as that, really. I don't want to make it out like we're the next Barcelona or anything, because we're not being close. But at the start of the game, we looked like it against Southampton. There was some really nice passing movement, some really nice bits of interplay. I think we looked in the build-up a lot better than what we have done in the past few games. Does it help that we're against arguably the worst side in Premier League history? Yeah, of course that helps. But I think it was the second offside goal from Beto, the build-up into that, and then the little cross into the box was absolutely fantastic overall. And I do think Beto could have probably got onside for that and then ended up scoring, but it's one of those where it didn't happen. And, Beto, I think it was 2 offside goals in the first half. But, of course, and Dye's first goal, picks up the ball on the edge of the box, just drives, easy finish into that bottom left corner. See you later. All of a sudden, it's 1-0. And it just felt like from there, things were only going to keep going up and up. It was one of those where, the first half was completely dominant. And then the second half was less so. I think we, until around let me just check here, the 75th minute or so, we were still the dominant team. Southampton never really stood a chance, and we probably should have tripled or quadrupled our lead, to be honest, but we didn't. And then it felt like from around the 75th minute onwards, Southampton decided to try. And yeah, they came into the game. They probably could have got a goal, but Pickford made a fantastic double save from Ross Stewart, I believe it was. And then, yeah, it just was one of those where I keep saying it was one of those. I don't know why. I never usually say that. But yeah, it's just complete dominance. They didn't really stand a chance, and it's one of those where I did it again. But yeah, I don't really. It's weird because it's one of those where we play so well, but the focus isn't really on the game, if that makes sense. The focus is on what's to come now, on the celebrations, on the memories, on everything about Goodison Park. And, it's one of those, oh my God. I never realised that was like a go-to phrase until now. But yeah, it's just, I feel like it's all about the moment instead of the 90 minutes. I feel like it may have been different if we would have lost the game, but it was so convincing. It was so easy in a sense that we're just focused on what's to come now. I believe the stream on BT's thing starts it's saying it starts at 25 past now. But it's, yeah, really excited to see the Goodison Park farewell, all the legends at the ground, all the people linked to the club. And yeah, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a party atmosphere as it should be. And it's time to celebrate the history of the club, the how big this club is. And I think a lot of people are now realising that when they see the end of Goodison, the trophies won here, the memories here, which we'll get into sooner or later. And of course, then I'll ask for everyone else's who their favourite Everton players were, their favourite Goodison memory when I get to it. But yeah, I weirdly don't want to harp on the game too much because I feel like this is time to celebrate the history of Goodison. It's weirdly instead of the now of Goodison, even though it was a great performance, fantastic from all the players. One big mention is that it looks like Decore might be leaving with the tears and the embrace with his teammates and waving off the fans when he was subbed. So that'd be an interesting one. But I think it's best time to get on to the history of Goodison and the Goodison journey for not just me, but for everyone watching the stream as well. Because, of course, it's not just, I'm not the only person here who supports Everton. I can imagine a lot of you support Everton as well. So, when I mention some of these things, get them in the comments and let me know what you think about these memories and what your memories of the club are and what your favourite, players, goals, moments, all those things are. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. It's about celebrating the club together because it's a unity thing at the end of the day, isn't it? It's a collective, and I feel like Everton fans, we can all be against each other quite a lot, especially on social media. I think today's a day of celebration and unity for everyone because Goodison, unless you are going to watch the women's team, which I might go and watch the women's team a few times, I can imagine this is going to be a lot of fans' last ever experience with Goodison attending it. So it's going to be a real thing, a really great thing to experience. Again, the BT stream starts saying 7 minutes now. I will have that on in the background and I'll be talking through that as it happens. So, of course, when it gets to that, if you can hear it, please make sure to let me know because I don't know if it's coming through the mic or not. And then I'm quickly going to have a drink before we get into this little Goodison journey section. So I've got a little Goodison journey thing here, a few questions to answer. How did I end up supporting Everton? And of course, again, sorry, I was reading a comment here. I'm going to quickly put this on before we get to it from Maka7359. Goodbye, Goodison Park. Thank you for all the wonderful memories from West Ham and good luck boys. Thank you, Maka. But yeah, it's so strange that Goodison's going to be going. But the first question is how I ended up supporting Everton. And again, feel free to put in the comments how you guys or girls started supporting Everton as well. But mine's I can imagine pretty similar to a lot of you. Really, my dad's an Everton fan, so I didn't really have a choice in the matter. But I'm glad I didn't. I think where I'm from, a lot of people support Man United and Liverpool, a lot of Leeds as well. So it was weird growing up an Everton fan because it was one of those where we didn't really win much. And even when we were good, the teams around us, except Leeds, really, from the people that who supported other teams when I went to high school and such, supported better teams. And of course, there wasn't really any Everton fans. I think I was the only one at my school. I must have been. I'm almost certain I was the only Everton fan at my school. But yeah, through my dad, and then ever since then, diehard Everton fan, and it's kind of dictated my journey in life, really, because if I didn't end up supporting Everton, I don't know if I'd have ever gone and done sport journalism at university, and then that led me into the career path I am in now. Or so it's really strange how one decision can impact your entire life. But the next thing is my first game. I'm honestly not too sure of this, and I don't know why. I feel like it'll have been early 2010s. It's really weird. I don't remember. It'll have been early 2010s with my dad. I feel like it was the Martinez first season, but I don't remember which game specifically. I'm going to say Martinez first season, and I think I remember Lukaku scoring, but it doesn't really narrow it down to me, which is weird. I should probably remember my first game, but I don't. That's really bad. The first game I can remember vividly is more recent, but it is, I believe it was a Europa League qualifier. It was Everton versus Hajduk Split. I went to the qualifier at Goodison, the 2-0 win in the Europa League, where it was Michael Keane and Idrissa Gueye. Yeah, first round of the year. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't Hajduk Split. It was I believe it was like an Israeli side or something like that. Yeah, 1 second. Everton 2017 Europa League. I think it was Apoel. Here we go. Apollon Limassol. Here we go. Yeah, I found it. This is the first game I can remember. 2017 against Apollon. It was 2-2. They scored really late on into the game. I thought it was the qualifying game, but it wasn't. It was this. Yeah, Rooney scored. Yeah, this is it. Vlasic scored. That's it. That's the first game I can really remember vividly. And then the first game I ever went to by myself was Southampton in 22, I believe. It was the first game of the season. We ended up winning. I think Adam Armstrong bagged one. I think it ended 3-2. But it's weird. I don't think I've ever seen Everton lose at the games I've been to at Goodison. So it's one of those where I've had quite good luck in the fact that I've not seen the team lose yet. But of course, I'm not jinxing it because I hope to go to the first game at the new stadium, and I don't want to jinx that by me saying that. I've had good luck with Goodison, so it's one of those where I don't want to jinx it. My favourite game. My favourite game. My favourite game. It's probably. I'm trying to think of like back then. If I need to check if this was at home. I'm pretty sure it was. The 4-0 Man City game. The 4-0 Man City game is probably my favourite. That or the derby win at Liverpool. But yeah, this is the derby win against Liverpool last season, I think it was. But yeah, there's just something about this 4-0 game. It was absolutely fantastic. It was Pep Guardiola's first season, I believe, and we just absolutely battered them. Tom Davies looked like kind of just looked like Messi, and it was, or something like that. And it was just one of those where it was an unbelievable performance. I'm going to quickly answer this from freshness. As a very old Spurs fan, I really fancy watching this online and saying goodbye to Goodison. They could have done a live feed. There is a live feed freshness. If you search live Goodison Park farewell, Everton, it is TNT Sports are doing a live broadcast of it. And I think it's going to start soon. I think it's going to start in the next minute or so. So if you do want to watch that, hopefully we're staying here as well. But I can imagine if you might want to watch that, especially if you're not an Everton fan. But yeah, it's TNT Sports. If I don't know, if I just post this here for you. 1 second. So yeah, if you just copy that link, mate, that should take you to it, or if you find it yourself, just in case nobody knows that's going on. It should start any second now. It's saying waiting for TNT Sports. And when this does start, if anyone is going to be in here watching, please make sure to tell me if you can hear the stream on the microphone, and I'll make sure to turn it down a little bit. No worries, freshness, thank you. But yeah, back to what we were on about. That's my favourite game. Other games I've been to Southampton, West Ham with a Rooney. Oh no, that might have been nice. That's probably the first game I can remember then. No, I think that was after. Sorry, yeah. No, yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. That Apple game is the first one I can remember, and then I also remember this one, the Rooney hat-trick from the halfway line. I was at that, which was fantastic. That's probably the best goal and performance I've seen at Goodison Park, when Rooney really turned the clocks back and just absolutely. That's my favourite Goodison goal as well, the halfway line goal from Rooney, which answers another question. It might be my favourite Goodison memory as well, just because, being there, being able to experience the atmosphere of Goodison, which is something I haven't got to do much. I'm not going to sit and act like I've been to tens of games. I haven't really been to that many games, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But just to the travel costs and then the ticket costs as well, it was a bit too much for me and my family. But it's one of those where, it was. That's probably a few of them. It's probably my favourite game, my favourite goal, and probably my favourite memory. Tarkovsky's is up there. The Branthwaite goal against Liverpool is up there. Tom Davies' goal against Man City. I'm trying to think of some more. Goodison moments. Duncan Ferguson's goal against United. I feel like that's the first one that's been like imprinted into my head through my dad, because I think I was really young. I think that's the first game I can remember. One of the first games I have a vivid memory of watching on the TV when I was really young, and so that one. I'm trying to think of ones that just pop onto my head, and TNT Sports really don't want to start this this Goodison farewell thing. I think apparently it's already started in the stadium. I'm going to see if Everton have got their own stream of it, or if it's just BT or TNT who have it. I hope not, because I actually want to watch this. It's something where it's a big deal, isn't it? So it's one we really want to be watching. So I can't see. I can't see it for some reason. Sorry everyone, if this is just me going quiet all of a sudden. I'm trying to figure it out, because I can imagine a lot of people who are jumping into the stream now might be having the same issues I am of trying to get it to work, but it's just not having it. So let's see, where's next? Who is my Goodison hero? Richarlison, Tim Cahill, Arteta. I really like Delafeu. I can't explain why. Leighton Baines. I played left back when I played football, and some defensive midfield. Leighton Baines is probably my James Coleman, obviously. I'm trying. If I had to pick one, Goodison hero, Baines, it has to be Baines. I think he's one of the few examples of where we've had someone who was arguably the best in their position in the world. Just in between that little period in like the early 2010s, just before someone like a Jordi Alba or a Marcelo really turned into the players that they were of generation-defining left-backs. I think Leighton Baines helps define an era of the Premier League. And I think there was a point where he was one of the best left-backs in Europe, arguably the best, which meant he was probably the best in the world. So, yeah, I think it's probably the only time in our lifetimes I've had that that I can remember of us having, the best of something or some, one of the top. Of course, we had Lukaku, who was one of the best strikers in the Premier League, therefore one of the best strikers in the world. But I feel like I guess in that last season, before he went to United, you could definitely say that. The amount of goals he scored, the only one who got more than him was Aguero, and losing out to Aguero, who's as a case for the best striker in the history of the league, it's not exactly a bad thing. So yeah, but I have to say Leighton Baines, man, he's such a good player. The crossing of the ball, the free kicks, the defending ability, the perfect modern fullback. Yeah, and that was 15 years ago. So he's a generation defining player, because at the end of the day, everything you see left backs do now, you see fullbacks do now to such amazing degree. He was one of the defining players, one of the players who made the mould, and one of the players that mould is still followed now. I don't have a clue, James. I'm sat here refreshing it. I'm glad you've put that, because I didn't know if it was my computer playing up or something. It's no real surprise, isn't it? It's an absolute joke. Just, no surprise though, is it? No surprise, but it's one of those where I'm trying to see if there's anything if the club's put anything on Twitter, if TNT have put anything on Twitter, but it doesn't look like it. I'm trying to, still talk while trying to multitask at the same time, checking my phone and stuff to make sure if there's anything, but it doesn't look like there is. There's just nothing about it. So I'd like to, watch the stream and talk about it with everyone who's in here and get some memories over Goodison, but it's hard to. I'm just waiting for them to finally fix it, and instead of fixing it properly, they're going to fix it at like plus 700% volume and deafen me. But we might as well move on to Bramley Moore while we've got this little bit of time. My thoughts on moving to. I think the move to Bramley Moore had to happen. We've been talking about this for 20 odd years now. It's quite literally talking about doing this for 20 odd years. So it was a thing where it had to happen eventually. And I'm glad it's happening now. New owners, a new era for the club. I feel like the stadium move is the perfect physical embodiment of this new era of Everton, and hopefully an era where we are trying to push up the league instead of trying to stop ourselves from sinking down the leagues, So it's one of those where Goodison, so many memories, of course, over a century of memories. My entire footballing life, all the best memories are dictated around Goodison, really. Of course, we've had away games, the COVID one against Liverpool, games against Man United, Manchester City, Chelsea, all big games at other stadiums, but Goodison probably has all the best memories for most Everton fans, and I think it's going to be weird seeing us play in a new stadium, because, again, I think a lot of people thought it was never going to happen, but it's bound to happen eventually. It means more revenue for the club, more fans can get into the ground, and the video is unavailable from TNT. They've just sacked the video off. Oh dear. I'm guessing They're trying to restart it and upload a new one, but this is this is embarrassing. This, I'm not gonna lie. Like, come on. Wow, man. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. Any stream for the USA. Jake, did that link in the chat not work for you? Well, the video's down right now, but I'm refreshing my YouTube now, and when it pops up again, I will chuck a link in the chat. Glyn, TNT were meant to be doing a. I don't know if that's what you're on about, or if you just don't know in general, but we're meant to be putting a video out or stream out so we could watch the Goodison farewell, and they've decided, never mind. Is it not working for Peacock as well, Ashley? Like, is it just broken everywhere? I'm confused. I'm just refreshing my. Yeah, TNT cancelled it. I think they just. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why now, but. I'm trying to see if. Oh, there's been a violin rendition of the. Here, let me just. Since they're not running the live stream for everyone, I'm going to put that in there for everyone. It's. I don't know if you can hear it. Please tell me, and I will turn it down if it's coming through the microphone. But it's a violin rendition of Zekar's, and I've chucked it into the chat for you. So, this is the way we're going to have to watch it until TNT Sports decide to fix it. This is shambles here. We've got 133 people in here, probably all just as confused as me, wondering why TNT have just decided to sack off the thing. Yeah, they've completely sacked it off. I can imagine they're trying to put a new video, but it wouldn't surprise me if they've just sacked it off completely. You know, it's just. But yeah, the rendition of Zeb Cars on the violin for everyone. It's in the chat. There you go. I will star it. I don't know if that has done it. No, I think that just does something for me. To be honest with you, but there's that there. If you press that link, you can see it. I'm going to see if I can do. But yeah, I can't believe TNT have done this. Like, it's like, I understand working in media; it's quite difficult. 1 minute, let me get this up from Ashley here, so I can read it properly. I wonder if they've finished recording it, but stream didn't go live, so they'll just upload once they're finished. What it'll be, Ashley, is usually what they'll do is they'll usually just have everything there to live stream it. So my guess is TNT have had everything to live stream it, and either someone's got up and just decided, I can't be bothered, and gone, or because it shouldn't go down, because to be completely honest, it's quite a simple thing to do. You know, it's really not hard to do live stream stuff, to be completely honest. I think this is just. I don't think this has anything to do with technical issues. I think it's just got to do with them deciding to sack it off. Which is disgusting on their part, because at the end of the day, why didn't Chase? Oh, listen, I didn't read that out, but you all saw that. I didn't read that out, but yeah, why didn't Everton just stream it? Like, this is what I mean. Yeah, I don't get why we're not just doing that. I'm trying to see if I can find anything more from. Let me see. Yeah, video's still unavailable. I've just tried to click on the link, but it's just not having it. I'm so confused right now. It's absolute shambles. It's really not that hard to get right. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Usually, I try to be more. YouTube's back. Oh, it's back on TNT. Let's come on, everyone. Let's get in there. Is it on a live? Is it the same link? Because I can't see it. Is it still the same link? I can't seem to find it. I can't seem to see it. Why is it not? Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's showing up for me now. Here we go. If anyone can hear this, what's happening in the background, because I'm not allowed to show it on the stream or we'll get annihilated by a copyright strike. I wish I could just share my screen and have me in the corner talking about it. But it's 1 second, everyone. I'll drop the link in the chat for you now. There's the link for everyone. Put it up here. There's the link for everyone who wants to watch the. I can imagine we're going to drop down to like 20 people now, but yeah, there's the link for everyone who wants to watch. Tony Bellew's here now with Joe Royal, I believe. This is weird because I meant to keep talking, but I need to watch this. I actually need to hear what's happening. I'm sorry, everyone. Just let me know if you can hear it in the background because I need to turn it up so I can actually hear it. It took long. I'm gonna have to. I can't just sit here and not talk. Can I? Bloody hell! But yeah. Thoughts on the naming deal, the Hill Dickinson thing. It's really weird. I don't really care because no, honestly, no matter what it was called, naming Rise Wall, I was probably still going to call it Bramley Moor. But yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? But at the end of the day, I think it's one of the biggest. I think it's one of the biggest naming rights deals across Europe. I think it's like 10, 11 million a season, which is huge for the club. We need all the transfer budget we can get right now, to be honest with you, to make the squad better, to make the team better, and to make the overall experience better. I think it's really annoying that. And I think apparently this has just only started 3 minutes ago, so apparently we haven't missed much. But it's yeah, I don't really mind the naming right deal. Anything that can do better for the club and better for us overall, I feel is necessary for us to move on and to move up in the league. So that's probably my opinion on that. They're on about rugby. I don't. The video's unavailable again. This is shambles. This is some of the worst coverage I think I've ever seen. Oh wow. Wow. Oh wow. This is absolutely horrendous. I'm just waiting for the viewers to pile up again. I'm just waiting for the number to skyrocket. Wow. Oh, I don't want to tweet that on the Toffee Blues Twitter. I might get in trouble. One second. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's really not that hard to get right, as I've mentioned. You know, it doesn't feel like this. It is really Everton, that isn't it? It really is, isn't it? It's I don't have a clue, Master J. To be honest, it's just TNT being useless. To be honest, wow, we've just jumped up from like 30 to 140. Welcome back, everyone. It's just TNT being useless. It can't be an accident. It's really not that hard of a thing to get right. And yeah, I think we all just want to watch the closing ceremony. So do I. I'm just sat here trying to waffle about stuff about the new stadium. I just want to watch the ceremony as well. You know, bloody hell. Oh, I think it's back up again, everyone. Yeah, it's back up again, everyone. It's a new link again, so I'll put that. There you go for everyone. If it's a different link, I'll put that. There you go. And I'll probably see you all again in 5 or 10 minutes when it cuts down. Yeah, it really should have been broadcasted by the club, but I don't know why they've not broadcasted it. I think it's such an easier thing. I'm guessing TNT have either done some waffle about it counting as Premier League coverage, so they should get it, or have offered to pay the club or something. It's my guess, but I'm waiting for these viewers to drop down back to like 30 and then jump up again in 5 minutes when it breaks. I'm guessing they've just not sorted out, not got the proper equipment or something. But it really should have been broadcasted by the club because it just makes this so much easier, to be honest, overall. I think it's one of those where I just don't get um, why they haven't. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. That it means a lot. But yeah, I'm not surprised it's proper Everton that this has somehow gone wrong. I'm going to be brutally honest. What big dunks here now with Rooney and one of Rooney's young lads, it seems. And honestly, I'm just waiting for it to cut off here. I actually want to hear Rooney speak. So again, I am sorry for the bits of silence in the stream, but I want to watch this. Apologies for the delay. We've received a number of technical issues, is what they're saying. But yeah, I actually want to watch this. So if I do go silent for periods, it is just because I'm watching this in the background. The link's in the chat. Um, put it up here again if you would like to watch it. Um, oh, it feels so surreal. It's only really just it's only just really started to set in now that we're leaving. I wish I could have gone to this game. I really do wish I could have gone to this game, but I couldn't. I don't know why they put Tony Bellew hosting it though. I'm going to be completely honest. The white ally himself. My favourite player ever, Wayne Rooney. My favourite player ever by a man. I love him. This looks unreal. This looks unreal. Dunks buzzing. Apologies for any bad language. And now it's Leon Osman, Tim Cahill, Phil Jagielka, and Leighton. Oh, what a group of players that is. Kale's struggling to keep his scarf on. There's some proper weird ones in this in the chat for this TNT thing. I can't help but laugh at it. Someone's what Arteta should be here. To be fair, are they playing a game in like an hour? But see what they do after this, and then we'll actually talk about some stuff. Because I don't realistically, to be honest, don't want to be sat doing this stream for 2 hours. So it's um, yeah. I think after this little thing's done, I'll talk about the season. Um, Not going to go into too much detail because I can imagine we're going to have a season review on the channel, and I'm going to stop what I'm saying because Baines is talking, and I'm my favourite Everton player ever, so I'm actually interested in what he says. It should be Callum, which is weird. Um, just if you go, I don't know if you scroll a little bit further up in the chat, there should be a link from about. It's from about 1:45. Let me know if you can see it. This one here. Let me know if you can see that. If you can't, I can repost it for you a little bit further down. Right now, it's showing some goal highlights. So while it's doing that, I'll actually do my job and talk about the team. But yeah, it still feels so weird, doesn't it? All the players that have played here, that all this history, all the memories that I get for everyone, because at the end of the day, it's not like this is the second time we're moving stadium; it's the first. So it's well, besides moving from Anfield to Goodison, obviously, but I don't think anyone here who's watching this or who will watch this, if anyone decides to watch the replay when it's fully uploaded as a video, can't imagine anyone here is over 100 years old. You know what I mean? I'd be shocked. But yeah. So it's oh, well, the players are on the pitch, but yeah. So it's still really weird that next season now this is all going to be somewhere new, a new environment, a new atmosphere. It looks like it'll be a really good atmosphere, but it's going to be so weird not being in Goodison. The comments of the stream is just people arguing. It's so funny. Yeah, they're just walking around the ground now and getting us applause from the fans. But yeah, it's so weird, isn't it? Like, there's the 3-2 against Palace, 4-0 against Man City. I'm pretty sure we had a 4-0 against United. Um, there's the 4-all here as well. Was it 4-all? I feel like the 4-all was here. No, the 4-all was at Old Trafford. The God is great penal. But there's just so many memories at the stadium, and it's still so weird that at the end of the day, yeah, because it's the new stadium's going to be wholly new wholly new memories. So it's a good thing, I guess. It's one of those. So but it's so weird. I still really can't get my head around it. So yeah, that's why I'm just yeah, it's really weird. The YouTube comments are genuinely some of the weirdest things I've ever seen. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, it's all really nice, and I'm glad to see that the club are giving the stadium the proper send off it deserves because yeah, it's just have the club actually announced some of the stuff they're doing at this, so is it? There we go. It's talking to Seamus now. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I think he either signs a 1 year deal or becomes on the coaching staff. I don't know. No, I think he'll sign another year, but I don't know how I feel about that. I still think even if he signs another year, we still need two right backs, especially with Ashley Young leaving. But because I'm not the biggest Nathan Patterson fan, to be completely honest with you. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think it'll be as a coach, or and then I think Baines might go back to managing the youth sides, unless Coleman goes and manages the youth sides and Baines stays up with the first team. They're talking about the derby now with Tarkovsky. Neil's microphone's not working. Now it looks like it's somewhat on the new stadium, I think. No clue what's going on here. So they're clapping something. Um, I'm so confused. Is this it? Um, well, we might as well talk about the current season then. Tell me your thoughts on it. That reply to there's no worries that baby's. Yard. Yeah. I think the problem is for next weekend is Newcastle have still got a chance to. Oh, I just knocked something over. Newcastle have still got a chance to play for second, while we've just played the only game that probably mattered to the players. To be honest with you, you saw it in previous games. The Fulham game, thankfully, wasn't an example. Oh, is it something to do with the women's side? Yeah, it's something to do with the women's team. So I want to listen to this as well. I do hope next season, at the start of the season, they do a women's and a men's game on the same day or at some point early at home, because that's how I can do both. I don't mind staying for 2 days or staying for a night and watching both, but I do want to see the first women's game at Goodison and the first game at Bramley-Moore as well. Oh yeah, yeah. There's Megan again. Yeah, it's the women's team. Yeah, Brian Torrenson's there. I can see Gaffy there's Hayata, I think. Hayashi, not Hayata. Hopefully, it means the women's side will have some more money as well next season, because there's rumours that Sarah Holmgren will go to Real Madrid and probably our best player, so that's the last thing we need. With David Moyes now, there's no way of doing a stream and not talking about anything, but I want to actually listen to what people are saying. believe it's done now. So I'm going to quickly go over this last few things. I think talking about these seasons, I think we've had a pretty good season somehow. Because it didn't start off that way under Daesh. We were absolutely garbage, absolutely terrible, stinky, smelly. Under Moyes, been really good, much better, much improved look, a lot closer to where I hope we'll be next season. Much better season overall. Moyes has done fantastic. If it was for half a season, he'd be up there for manager of the season. I'm just trying to fly through this. Expectations for next season. Hopefully don't want to be too unrealistic, between like 9th and 12th. Anywhere there would be nice. I think that's whereabouts we'll finish. If we can maybe sneak 8th, 7th, that'd be nice. But the minimum, I'd say, is 12th. I want the minimum to be 12th. Positions to strengthen: left back, right back, attacking winger. Sorry, not attacking midfielder. Right winger, striker are the main ones. Then we need like a backup goalkeeper, backup for a few positions. We're going to need a backup centre back, because I can imagine Holgate's going to be sold. Michael Keane's contract expires, so we'll only have O'Brien, Tarkowski, and Branthwaite. I'd like a fourth centre back in there. Maybe a backup defensive midfielder if we decide to send Harrison Armstrong back out on loan. But at his time at Derby, he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the Championship. Was absolutely unreal. Do you know what? If we win the first game, I'll be saying that as well. I think we'll have a good cup run. I think we'll have I'm not saying we'll do a Palace, but I think I can see a semi-final in the FA Cup, hopefully. But I think we'll have a good season next season. I do think we can do better. I don't want to go in and say we'll get Europe next season. A lot of it depends on the transfer window. If the Freakins are willing to throw money at it, and they're willing to spend 80, 90 million if we can to improve the squad in every aspect, then maybe we could. But you just look at how thin the squad is now, and the lack of talent in certain areas of the pitch. I know we have Alcaraz, but another number 10 would be really helpful as well, losing to Correa. If we can get a real quality number 10, Angel Gomez has been linked, but I think he'll go back to Man United if I'm going to be completely honest. But yeah, I think we still have to strengthen a lot of positions. Hopefully we will in the summer, but I don't think we'll have an idea of how much we'll be able to strengthen probably until the next month or so, to be honest. Young, Begovic, Virginia are leaving, and then there's DCL, Keane, Gay, Decorah. To be honest, out of all them, the only one I want to stay is Idrissa Gay. That hasn't been confirmed to leave. I would have actually quite liked Ashley Young to stay, but apparently that's not happening now. So, it's not happening now, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, I would have liked Young to stay. I think he's a good depth option for the squad. But yeah, just Idrissa Gay out of that list, to be honest with you. The rest of them, I think we should get rid of the wages while we have a chance, to be honest. James Coleman looks to be staying at the club, but as I mentioned earlier, and as Ashley mentioned, it will either be in. We don't know if it's in a player or a coaching role yet. I can see it being in the coaching role. I think, as it showed today, his legs are going at rapid time. I just don't think he's good. I think he's good enough ability-wise to be a Premier League player, but physically, don't think he's not good enough anymore. And it's not his fault. It's just his body's gone. We're getting up there in age for a footballer now. It's time to go. And the players who we've been linked to that, I'd take Angel Gomez. It's been quite a lot. There's been surprisingly more good than bad. Let me look at the last news video I did. Angel Gomez. I try to remember. I do a lot of news videos, so sometimes I just forget the players we've been linked to. Give me a second. Let me do a little cheeky scroll through the Twitter DMs and tell you some of the stuff we've been linked to. I'll give you a little list of who we've been linked to that I'd like, and then we'll probably end the stream up here. Angel Gomez, I'd like. Obviously, if we can sign Charlie Alcaraz, that'd be nice. Dewsbury Hall, Hamer, are two we've been linked to that I really like. Indeed, I'd love a Charlton back. And let me give you one more that I really like. I would really like us. Really like us to sign Liam Delap. I just don't think we have a proper striker. I like Beto, but I think Liam Delap could score 20 goals for us, to be really honest with you. So, yeah, that is it. And I think that's why I'm going to win the stream, because I would actually like to eat some food, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think this is ending up now, but just in case it's not ending up now, while I'm ending the video, I will post this in the chat again, and I will put the link up here, so everyone can go here if it's not ending. But that is all for the stream. That's it for Goodison Park. Fantastic that we can. Let me sit up a little bit so you can actually see my head and like I'm not dipping under here. It's fantastic to end on a win. Fantastic performance. To end a really solid half season of David Moore is really impressive. And yeah, thank you all for everyone who did tune in the live stream. If any stayed throughout the entire hour, thank you so much. And I will see you for the next video and our live stream that I am on. More than likely a news video, probably. But yeah, bye everyone.